So in this video, we're going to take a look at 7 reasons why small businesses fail and some of the methods that you can apply to avoid that. According to research, 20% of the businesses fail within their first year, and 30% fail within their first 5 years, and only 30% are only able to make it beyond 10 years. And what are the reasons for that? So this is actually what we're going to take a look into this video. And the most common causes for this is a poor planning, a financial mismanagement, and also the lack of demand for the products and services of those specific businesses. Now, why does this topic matter so much? Now, it matters because small businesses are very important to the country's economy. They contribute to job creation, they create jobs, they employ a large percentage of the population. And this video will help those that intend to go into business with much aware and avoid falling into these pitfalls, thereby creating successful ventures. And the first common reason why small businesses fail is the lack of clear planning. Most small business owners, they go into business without planning for it. But they've never done a research, feasibility study on whether a certain business will be successful or not. They don't know the level of demand for their product and services. So that's one of the major issues. If you're going to create a product without the consumer, then what's the essence of being in the business in the first place? You're not going to make sales, you're going to incur costs. End of the day, your business will die. So it is very important that you do proper planning before opening a business. Know the level of demand for your product, right? What we call the market research. Understand your target market. And the best way to do that is to create a business plan. That document will be your guide in terms of managing your business. It will give you some sort of direction within a business because everything that you're going to do is already written down. So proper business planning is the key in managing a successful venture. And whilst we're on that, what I've realized over the years as a business consultant is that most people go into business by just copying other people. You see somebody selling certain things, and you're just going to sell the same thing and hoping that you're going to be successful. That on its own is a disaster waiting to happen. It is important to map your own journey, right? Understand that being in a business is not just going there to make money, but actually solving problems for economic gains. So understand the problems that are within the society and actually how you can actually solve that while just getting paid. Reason number 2 is poor financial management. Small business owners do not know how to manage their finances as per the standard of like running a business. They don't separate their personal finances with those of the business. They don't track the expenditure, manage their revenue well, and understanding their cash flows. So that's the biggest issue. And with that, you find out that they get into trouble. Most of the times, they have no way out, and hence their business dies. So as a small business owner, you must be able to treat your business as an entity, have the finances of the business separate from your personal ones, so that the business can be able to sustain itself and keep track of expenses and the overall cash flow of the business. So that is one of the most important things that any small business owner should be able to do. Have a proper financial system within the business. Produce financial reports so that you can be able to understand the financial health of your business. And the third reason is almost related to the first one, and that is the lack of demand, lack of real demand for the business products. The same issue I highlighted that some businesses just make products without understanding if customers are going to buy those products and if there are people that are willing to consume those products. That's a biggest issue. Fine, demand might look a little bit different from paper as opposed to the actual demand, which is actually indicated by the people that are actually buying your products. And the solution to this, depending on the type of business that you're running, is testing, like user testing. If you're developing, for example, like things like applications, phones, and things like that, you can actually set up focus groups so that they can actually come and test your products and determine if it is something that they could buy or things like that. And if you're a retailer or something like that, you can actually start with something that is small, which I'll refer to maybe as samples or things like that, to actually test like the real demand of those products rather than investing your entire capital into things that people do not want. And the fourth reason is weak marketing and visibility. I've realized that small businesses do not value marketing so much and they're not willing even to pay for it. They see it as something that is unnecessary. But actually, marketing is the fuel that drives your business. That is how I actually look at it. And if you do not market, basically your business will stall. There's a reason why big companies and most popular brands, they spend a lot of money in making videos, like video ads that you see on the television and things like that. This is because marketing is actually the core pillar of any business survival, but you need to be out there. And especially today with the digital marketing, a lot of small businesses, they do not see the importance of marketing their business on social media, on Facebook, or even running ads and things like that. At We Build You, we actually provide those marketing services like running ads on social media platforms like LinkedIn, Facebook, and things like that. Of course, depending on the type of business that we're dealing with, right? So you have to understand your business, you have to understand your market, and basically where these people are located, right? If you're a B2B kind of business, that it's a business that provides services or products to other businesses, then you must be visible on LinkedIn, run ads there. And if you're a small business, a B2C, you have to use platforms such as Facebook, Meta, like run Meta ads, run Google ads, and things like that. So visibility is very important for any small business to grow and actually operate much more sustainable. And reason number five is one of the most things that I've witnessed, especially in sole traders. That is trying to do everything. Most small business owners that I've come across, they usually try to do everything on their own, right? They want to manage everything. They want to do the marketing. They want to do the accounting. They want to do the general admin and things like that. They have to be everywhere. Now, that is actually a terrible way of running a small business, right? Because you cannot be everything, you cannot be everywhere. It's quite ineffective, right? You get burnt out quite quickly. And the two, you'll not be able to specialize on something. There's a real reason why big brands tend to hire marketing managers, they tend to hire HRs, they tend to hire accountants. This is because they need each and every one of those people to specialize in that particular department, right? That's basically how you scale a business. So you have to remove yourself from it and let it be its own entity. And by hiring marketing managers and accountants, you're actually bringing in more insights to a business, specialists that will be able to carry out different functions within a business and actually run it in a more professional level. Because, for example, the general manager won't be able to understand some of the accounting concepts that they're able to pick. So it is actually important to hire the right people to help you manage your business. And reason number five is poor customer service, not being able to serve customers well, making promises that you do not fulfill. So that is one of the most issues, common issues that small businesses make. Making false promise that you're going to deliver something while it's at the end of the day, you can't do that. Bad customer experience always transcends to less solid, less customer base, right? If customers run away from a business, then who's going to buy your products and services? So it's actually a very important thing not to promise customers things that you're not going to do for them. Because you remember that customers are people, and as people we talk, right? If I had a bad experience somewhere, then I'm not going to recommend anybody to go there. And if I hear someone say they go to that particular business, I'm likely to tell them not to do that because my own experiences. So reviews are very important. That is actually why most businesses are very important and critical about reviews, right? Especially moderating reviews on platforms such as Trustpilot, SiteJeb, and other things. It is very important that they have good reviews, that they have happy customers, and that are going to leave positive reviews. Like, for example, someone like myself, like before I buy something, right? Maybe it's a camera, maybe it's a phone or a laptop or things like that. I usually read the reviews of that business first. Like, what are the customers saying about that particular business and its products? So it is actually very important to keep the customers happy. Now, going on to the last reason, which is reason number 7, is the failure of small businesses to adapt to changes. As a small business, it is very important to adapt to changes, right? Like, for example, right now there's AI. You can't neglect AI, right? You have to incorporate it within your business. And small business owners tend to kind of ignore these kind of changes, right? They don't see the importance of these kind of things, like moving your business online. Like, for example, if you're a retailer, maybe who sells gadgets and things like that, like the phones and stuff, you can actually move your business to an e-commerce platform like Takealot or eBay or things like that. So those are some of the trends that as a small business you should jump into, because if you don't, you'll be left behind. Your competitors will be able to adopt those things and they'll have an edge over you. So it is very important that you adapt to current trends. Right? If it's digital marketing, make sure that you're on board. Make sure that you do incorporate those things into your own business. So, in short, those are 7 reasons why small businesses fail. And it is actually very important for you as a small business owner to actually evaluate yourself and your business to ensure that your business actually incorporates those things and you do not fall under that category, and ensure that you work on some of these reasons that I've just shared with you so that at the end of the day, you're able to build a successful business. So guys, thank you for watching this video, and until then, see you in the next one.